Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex. Today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite deals across the Switch eShops covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. It's another winner of a week then as we do follow up the massive sale, wrapping up with even more deals. So with that, like, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals near daily, and let's get started. As always, then I do have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards later in the video and two more to give away. All you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and the winners they'll be announced in next week's video. Then if you are grabbing anything from the eShop sale, consider using cornershop.gg for discounted instant delivery email eShop credit. You'll be getting 10% off at checkout using code CORNER. A quick shout out then finally to the channel members who are kindly going above and beyond to support the channel. It is seriously appreciated, so thank you all so much. Streets of Rage 4 then to kick us off this week, and it's back matching the low with 50% off. It's one of the best beat 'em ups on the Nintendo Switch. It was a release that showed us all how you do a follow-up, and even then, years later, it's just done it the right way. They basically took what we knew and loved and then tweaked it with a new style and playable characters. Think here though the return of Axel, Blaze, Adam out to clean up these streets, but now we also get new characters to help them out, such as Floyd and Cherry. Throw in then an incredible soundtrack, deep mechanics, serious challenge and a ton of unlocks, and this it is a winner. My full review, you'll find that in the pinned comment down below. While I'm on Streets of Rage 4 as well, you can also grab the DLC right now, Mr. X Nightmare. It's a new low, 50% off, and this adds in a survival mode, weekly challenges, 3 new playable characters, character customization as in their fighting style, and then new weapons and enemies. It is well worth the addition for what is less than $5. COGEN Sword of Rewind then was one I picked up after launch, but it's here with a new low price, 30% off, and I really enjoyed this one. I do think this price is a bit more on point for the experience you're getting, so it's definitely good to see. Think here though a Mega Man and Gunvolt styled experience, a fast action platformer. As a warning though, I will say this one, it's definitely not an easy game. Awakening in a world though you don't recognize, the first interaction you will have is a talking sword. The whole idea basically understand what occurred in this world. The big gimmick though, so to speak, you can only take one hit before you do fall. If you should get hit though, you can actually rewind 3 seconds to attempt that section or fight again. It has a cooldown timer, so death is very real, but I ended up really enjoying that challenge. Windjammers 2 then comes from the same team as Rage 4, and this is just further proof you want a reimagining or continuation, do come to this team. The idea is simple, a disc-based sport, 1v1 as you lob a frisbee essentially towards your opponent's goal, but it quickly ramps and the intensity of a long point is such an entertaining moment. Looks great as well and packs multiple characters to play as or use in a short story mode. Mastering the different throws here though incredibly satisfying, and it packs local and online multiplayer. With no crossplay though, I would be wary of finding others online sadly, which is always a disappointing fact with any game that hits the Switch. I'd say pick it up with friends and you'll have an absolute blast. A new low price then, that is 30% off, and you can find my full review in the pinned comment below. Thanks to SNHU then, Southern New Hampshire University, for sponsoring today's video, and this one it's going to be for anyone that's considered creating their own game. They have a huge selection of online degrees with over 200 programs, all flexible, all work from home at any time, but today specifically I do want to talk to their game development program. The courses are taught by industry experts. You'll be learning everything from game AI to physics to 3D modeling and texturing. They'll also then cover multiple programming languages including C++ and Java. You can even carry over 90 credits towards a bachelor's degree if you do have that option. I actually did some programming myself back in the day at university, and it is now one I wish I had stuck with. I think if I was going to make any game, honestly, it would have to be nowhere near as good like Streets of Rage, beat 'em ups. As a genre, I grew up on them, I love them, I'd love to put my stamp on one. If creating your own game though, or career pivot sounds like something you may be interested in, then check out snhu.edu/SwitchCorner. That is also linked below in the pinned comment and the description. far, changing the tides and is here with a new low, 30% off. This one, it's for the adventure fans. The first was a great game, so was this follow-up. Here it's throwing us into a world that finds itself underwater. I just really like the design, as there's not only the mystery now of the land, but the ability to submerge ourselves and uncover further secrets. It is quite a slow burn and no words, leaving that mystery up to interpretation, but think here exploration, piloting a ship with internal mechanics and then solving puzzles. You can find my full review in the pinned comment below. Young Souls then will be for beat 'em up fans that maybe want something just a little bit different. It's a little more deep than most, thanks to what is RPG mechanics and an RPG styled world where you can basically explore between missions. At launch it had some frame rate issues, but nothing that harmed the game too much. In the story, we are out to save a foster parent that discovered a goblin world and has now ended up kidnapped. Their big aim, the goblins, they want to invade and take over the human world, and you are out now to stop them. I just thought it was extremely stylish visually though, and the gameplay, the combat, the gear, the exploration, it was all well implemented. It's a new low price then, 30% off, and my full review, find that in the pinned comment below. Crysis Remastered Trilogy then gets a new low price, 40% off, and this one, it's a collection of some of the best shooters on the Nintendo Switch that ported surprisingly well. Well, you can grab them individually, those prices we've seen before, so this is going to be best for those that are yet to own any. Crysis though is now legendary in the world of shooters thanks to its visuals and its mechanics, and it's still easy in 2022 to see why. The first though will always be my personal favourite, an open world of sorts to explore and face this alien invasion, but the second finds you in the streets of New York, which means much more linear pathways, and then the third, it kind of combines the two to wrap things up. Experimenting with your suit's powers though is a blast, like super strength and invincibility, and I'm a big fan of the bow in the third. Check out my full reviews in the pinned comment down below. MLB The Show 22 then I picked up not long back in a previous sale for a sports video I want to do, and now it gets a new low price here with 67% off. There's not a whole lot here for me to say really. It's baseball, if that is your thing, check it out. I do enjoy the at-bat mechanics though in the games, they do build up the tension, which I definitely appreciate. On the Switch, of course, then, we get all of the modes, but we're seeing a graphical hit and some performance drops as well. I still found it manageable, definitely tough competing online though against, let's say, a PS5 or Series X user. I'd still then as well put Super Mega Baseball as my favourite Switch baseball game, and that's currently on sale as well. Voice of Cards then is a new RPG entry presented like a tabletop card game that has been pumping out releases. We've actually had 3 entries now in 12 months, and yeah, right now you'll find the first 2 on sale. That's going to be the Isle Dragon Roars and the Forsaken Maiden. The first, it has us adventuring to slay a dragon. The second, we are assisting a maiden that has very little knowledge around her past or her responsibilities. They're not difficult games, turn-based combat, it's mostly a breeze, but I found them addictive. There's something just entertaining in moving a game board a piece and unweaving that narrative. It's elevated as well then with 2 narrators, one for each game, who are just absolutely exceptional. Both 30% off though, both matching that low price, and I mention this because I'm actually prepping now a review of the third entry, which may be my favourite yet, and that is The Beasts of Burden. Our first winner of the week then is going to K Donnell 79, who's been waiting on Voice of Cards to drop below $20, and it seems we are still waiting. They're definitely holding to that pricing, but I do think it is fair to say here they are absolutely worth the price of entry. Congrats though, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, there's a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. Into the final 3 games, and we're starting with my pickups, 2 of them, both what I would consider kind of risky, but first, Guzzlers Extreme, it gets a new low of 75% off, and I really like the look of this one, an action racer, but the recommended retailer price, it just didn't sit right with me. Now I think this is completely fair. It's also worth noting though, no online play, which may let down many. What I'm seeing though is a combat racer, and we don't see them all that often, so I'm down for parting with my cash, giving it a go. As I say though, it's my pickup, not one I've played, so do not take this as a recommendation. Then I'm also going to be grabbing a Diablo II Resurrected, and this, the Metacritic user score is ridiculously low, so I'm not sure what to expect of the port. Let me know your feelings if you've played it in the pinned comment below. It seems some of the tweaks, the changes made didn't sit with, the core audience all of that well. I've always enjoyed the series though, and I played the original back in the day. Here, we're getting a new low, 50% off, so let's give it a go and see if these complaints are warranted. Our second winner then in a race shouts out Death's Door and sending it directly to the backlog, which is no doubt something we all do at this point. Great game though, well worth it, that is all I will say, so you choose if you want to part that cash towards it. Congrats though, Inna, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. Our final game of the video then, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, and does it need any introduction? For many, this will be the best beat 'em up on the Switch, and it gets a new low price here, 20% off. It's just a love letter to the series, and its execution absolutely spot on, using the character models and locations many of the old school would have wanted. With tons of characters though, online support for up to 8 players, and a nice challenge as well. I cannot recommend it enough. You'll find my full review in the pinned comment down below. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library or holding onto that cash? Let me know in the comments down below. With that then, hit subscribe, but join us here for reviews and deals near daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.